What if the world decided your fate before you even spoke? What if they called you a criminal when all you had was a backpack and a dream? He was 13, a boy with no enemies, no secrets, until one day, everything shattered. He woke up that morning like any other. Sunlight filtered gently through the curtains, painting golden stripes across the floor. Dust particles drifted lazily in the air, catching the light like fragments of memory. The smell of breakfast lingered, warm toast, butter, faint tea. But he barely noticed. He moved slowly, pulling the backpack onto his shoulders. The small weight, something he had carried every day, suddenly felt like the weight of the world pressing down. He paused, listening to the quiet hum of the house. Outside, birds chirped, leaves rustled. Life carried on as if nothing could touch it. Inside him, a subtle tension pressed against his chest. Something felt different today. But what? The walk to school stretched longer than usual. Each step felt deliberate, cautious. He noticed details he never had before. A crack in the sidewalk, sunlight reflecting off a car window, a stray dog sniffing a fence post. Children's laughter echoed from the playground. It should have been comforting, but it reminded him how isolated he felt, as though life was happening behind an invisible wall. Would anyone notice if I didn't arrive today? Would anyone care? Could anyone understand what it feels like to be watched, judged, misjudged before a word leaves your lips? The wind brushed against his face. Every step felt heavier, every breath measured. Shadows stretched along the sidewalk as the sun climbed higher, pointing toward a day that would change everything. School halls were alive with noise, lockers slamming, sneakers squeaking, voices colliding. It should have been familiar, comforting even. But something had shifted. The moment he entered the classroom, he sensed it. Friendly eyes narrowed. Whispers moved like currents. A misplaced glance. A comment out of context. Suddenly, the ordinary became dangerous. The world he knew tilted on its axis. How could one moment unravel the normalcy of an entire life? How quickly does the world decide who you are without asking? It happened subtly. Laughter shifted to whispers. Friendly faces became wary. Then, one morning, chaos broke the rhythm of the day. The fire alarm blared through the halls. Smoke filled the science lab. A small explosion, chemicals reacting, glass shattering. No one was hurt, but someone had to be blamed. Rumors spread faster than the smoke itself. He was there before it happened. He was angry about his grades. He must have done it. Whispers became headlines. Teachers whispered behind closed doors. The evidence? A lighter found in his backpack, one he'd picked up from the ground days earlier. He hadn't lit anything. He hadn't even been near the experiment that failed. But the world didn't wait for the truth. They just wanted someone to blame. The school called the police. The news called it a deliberate act. His face, blurred but recognizable, appeared on screens across town. 13-year-old charged with reckless endangerment. Juvenile court hearing expected next week. He sat in silence as his parents cried beside him. The sound of pen on paper, signing legal forms, felt louder than the sirens that once echoed in his ears. He hadn't started that fire. But the lighter in his bag, the rumors, the fear, it was enough to make him guilty in the world's eyes. Weeks passed. Investigators found the truth. A short circuit, an accident. But by then, every whisper, every headline had already branded him. He was cleared. But the verdict of the world had already been delivered. He was the boy who caused the fire. And even the rumor was seeded, small at first, but it grew like a shadow across the sun. Eyes followed him. Whispers existed only because of him. The world began to speak for him, a voice he did not recognize, a story he did not tell. How does it feel when your name becomes a sentence before the truth is known? By the afternoon, the incident had leaked into the digital world. Phones lit up, screens flashed, social media feeds exploded with fragments. Guilty. Monster. He did it. Every picture, every snippet carried judgment. Words etched themselves into the minds of everyone who glimpsed them. He tried to scroll away, but each notification felt like another hammer striking him, another reminder the world was not waiting for his side. Who will see the truth behind my silence? Nights were the hardest. He wrote letters that would never be read. Thoughts poured onto paper like rivers, desperate for an audience, desperate to be understood. Rain streaked down the window. Shadows flickered like phantoms, pressing lightly against him. The sound of rain became a drum in his chest, matching his heartbeat. Slow, heavy, relentless. Could anyone imagine what it feels like to carry invisible chains, heavier than any stone? Days in detention were long and silent. Corridors echoed with footsteps. Whispers seemed to follow him down every hallway. The world outside continued at its frantic pace, oblivious. He asked himself quietly, will anyone see me? Will anyone understand? Will they remember who I am? Every glance from a teacher, every subtle smirk from a peer felt magnified, like each look carried a verdict. Then came the courtroom. Bright lights, cold floors, murmurs from strangers. Every step echoed. Faces blurred into a haze, expressions unreadable. Papers shuffled. Cameras clicked. Each heartbeat amplified, a drum reminding him the world was watching, waiting. The weight of judgment pressed down. Would anyone listen to my truth? Could anyone see me as I really am? Months passed. The machinery of justice moved slowly, inexorably. Words were spoken, papers shuffled, decisions made. He waited, invisible yet intensely observed. Every glance seemed to scrutinize him. The boy who once walked freely now measured every movement. Every heartbeat echoed the loss of innocence. Could anyone understand what it feels like to be judged before proven innocent? And then, freedom. He walked out, but the whispers remained. Shadows of disbelief, traces of fear, remnants of a life interrupted lingered. He was free, but changed. The wind brushed against his face. How do you forgive a world judged you before it knew you? How do you trust again? The sunlight touched his face differently now, warmer yet sharper. Every breath seemed heavier, and yet lighter. The world had tried to break him, but he had survived. Years later, he realized that adolescence is not just a passage of age. It is a battlefield of perception, expectation, and resilience. Innocence can be questioned. Courage is measured not by strength, but by endurance. The boy who the world blamed had survived, not because anyone believed in him, but because he refused to let judgment define him. He had learned to walk through shadows, to hear whispers without fear, to trust the pulse of his own heart over the world's narrative. Could anyone understand what it takes to endure when the world refuses to see the truth? And so we ask ourselves, how would you live if the world judged you before you even spoke? What choices would you make? How would you carry the weight of words that were never yours? What would you hold on to when every false accusation threatens to crush your spirit? Could you rise even when the world seemed determined to see you fall? Could you endure all? How would you define yourself when the world refuses to see you as you are? Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, press the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to never miss out on any of our videos.